Thanks so much for clicking play and joining me for this episode of She Got Next. My guest today is Alexis Greer. She is a defensive lineman for the Oregon Ravens and the WNFC. You can see us here together, putting on our crowns. Let's jump into the conversation. Alexis, the Queen Greer, I'm very excited to be talking to you, and I'm so thrilled that you decided to get geared up, because whenever I see you or any other woman for the WNFC in your full pads, I'm one, jealous, and two, just like wanting to watch whatever video you're in while you're running through each other, taking somebody down, lining up. You're 6 weeks away or so from opening kickoff?
Yes.
How are you feeling?
Right now, it's like emotions are all over. I'm like, I cannot wait until we start because I'm just like, let's get on the field. Let's go. Let's get this started because I have a lot I have to accomplish this year. I made top lead sack last year, so I'm at the top. So I was like, I got a lot of people coming for me. I gotta get at the top again and stay up there. So I'm like ready to get there.
That's so funny. Like, a lot of people are coming after my titles here, and you've got a number of them. Like you said, you're the sack leader. You are rookie of the year. You were rookie of the year, MVP of the line, sack leader, all pro. I'm just wondering, like, where did this all come from? Because I read a post on your Instagram that said that you didn't play football growing up. You played basketball, but not football. But somehow the Oregon Ravens got on your radar and you said, I want to run through somebody. Tell me about how that happened.
Yeah, so I'm originally from Michigan, and back home I have friends that I went to high school with that I seen playing, and I was like, when did they make a women's like actual football team? And so she was like, well, we have a team out here in Michigan. I was like, well, I'm not moving back to Michigan no time soon. And so my friend, she just sent me the link and she was like, hey, it's actually a team out there where you live. And I was like, okay. So me just going online, looking through everything, just putting information in, didn't think nothing of it. And then the next day I got a phone call and it was like, hey, we see that you was on the website looking. We want to invite you to one of our practices. And I was like, okay. I went and seen the girls and I was like, this is legit. This is legit. And I was like,
what made it legit for you? Well, like, first of all, you're like, I signed up and thought nothing of it. Like, were you like hoping at least that they'd give you a call? Like, something had to be going through your mind once you said, I might as well put my name on the list.
I was just going to try it out. Like, I thought it was like pop-up girls, like little putt-putt, like nothing actual, like professional, legit tackling women. And I thought like when people hear, like when I tell my family I play professional women's football, they're like, oh, you play flag. And I'm like, no, I tackle. And that's what I thought it was going out there. I thought it was literally flag. And when I seen this, I was like, oh, they are like legit tackling, knocking people down. I was like, yeah, sign me up. Sign me up.
Well, what about taking people down, putting on pads, attracted you to the game? Like, you're like, oh, if it's flag, it's flag. But you liked seeing that it was contact football. And you didn't grow up playing contact football. So I would imagine there's a little bit of hesitancy, or maybe not.
Yeah, well, my background, like I was born in Michigan but raised in Louisiana. Growing up in the South, it was nothing but sports out there. Like, especially in Louisiana, they are big on sports, football, basketball, everything. And my background was basketball, and my brother, he played football. So I was like at every game, at every practice. And I remember when he was in sixth grade, it was one girl that actually played on their team, but she was just a kicker for the team. And so it came back in my mind and I was like, wait, I remember in sixth grade that my brother had a girl playing on there, and I was like always playing with my brother outside and playing with him. And I'm like, hey, I'm better than you, I can do this. And so I just got to the point where I was like, well, now they have something for women to do. I want to be a part of it to show the guys, like, hey, also women can do this too. Like, this is not just a guy's sport. And so I was just like, put me out there. I mean, either I'm good at it or I'm bad at it. So I went out there and I guess I became good at it.
Well, I mentioned the fact that I saw that you put a post up on Instagram at the end of the last season, and you said something. Well, I'll just go ahead and read it. Growing up, I was the girl on the sidelines watching my brother and cousins play. It was everything to me. I only knew basketball, but God had other plans. Playing for the Oregon Ravens this season has opened doors I never imagined, not just for me, but for my daughter too. Tell me about the doors that this
Yeah.
team playing with these women, putting on the jersey and the pads. What kind of doors has it opened for you?
It opened a lot, like especially for my daughter. Her growing up, being the only child, she sees her mom do something that, like I said, people think that it's only for guys, and so she see that. Wait, if my mom can do it, I can do it. So it's like opening up for little girls that get pushed to the sideline and letting the boys tell them like, "Hey, you're not good at this. This is a men's sport. This is a little guy sport. This is not for you." And I feel like it's opened up more doors for little girls to see that if I can do it, you can do it. Like, don't let the next person close their door or tell you what you cannot do when it's there in front of you. Just get out there and do it. And so it opened a lot of doors for that. And then it opened a lot of doors for like the league, the whole entire league seeing me out there. And I was just like a girl coming from Louisiana, never had a background in football, watched some of it, but never was watching it every Sunday like the NFL, and just grew up playing basketball. And when I seen the league all reaching out for me, because I had entered the draft, I was like, hey, I might want to go play somewhere else, like, test the waters. But I was when I did that, I got so much feedback for every league. Like every league wanted me to come out there and play with them. But I was like, hey, I started here at the Oregon Ravens. Let me give them another chance. Let me get back out there and show them like, hey, you guys, everybody look at us at the bottom of the totem pole. Let us get up to the top. So that's why I stayed and wanted to be there, because it's opening up more doors and it's showing people like, hey, even if you're at the bottom, there's ways to get to the top.
That's huge. That's huge
Yeah.
to be introduced to a team. I mean, at first thinking it's flag football, knowing that it's
Mhm.
contact, and then having a successful career out the gate so much that
Yeah.
other teams are kind of recruiting you. But it's a thing, it's a mentality that I think is unique to athletes, and especially I think to women that are in your league, because there's so many thoughts and preconceived notions about what a woman can do and whether or not contact football is something that they can play. Tell me a little bit more about the team itself. You wanted to stay. Tell me about the
Yeah.
ladies that you take the field with.
So my team, I love the girls. Like it's nothing but sisterhood, and that's like another reason why I stay. I feel like I'm at home, and with having these girls behind my back and still standing on the sideline and still have my back for this year, I was like, why would I leave them to go play with someone else, which I know that I have players and people I can count on. And so I always thought about like Kobe. The Lakers wasn't doing good, and he brought the Lakers from the bottom up to the top. So it's like that's like something that I look at and I always go back to. It's like, hey, if LeBron, like if Kobe can do it, then why can't I? And that's something that I want to be a part of. It's not always being a part of the team that's the best, the ones that have the most championship rings or who went to the playoffs. It's about taking something so small and making it bigger and making it blossom.
That mama mentality. I like it.
Yeah.
When you think about like the personality of the girls on your team, are you guys full of trash talkers? Is it you're holding hands and like, let's go train together? Like, I imagine lots of different types of things, but I want to get a clearer picture of what it's like.
We have all. I can say I am a lot of the trash talker. Like I being from the South, I'm sorry, I talk a lot of trash. But it's not that trash. It's good. It's like to lift people up and to get like put that grit in them. Like, hey, you got this. To push them, to put the fire under them. Like that's the trash talk I do. We have a lot of people like
Motivational trash talk. That's
yeah,
for your
yeah.
teammates, but the girls lining up against you, I'm sure you're not saying you're going to do your best today, no matter what.
Oh
I'm
no,
rooting.
the ones that we're going against. Oh, it's a lot of trash talk. It's a lot of talking, and then after the game, we shake hands. We're cool, like. But on the field, it's a lot of trash talking, and I love it because that puts fire under me to want to make you, like to knock you out just because you're talking trash. So I love it. I love it.
Nice, nice. There's a sisterhood, even if you're going against them, but in
Mhm.
between the lines, in between the whistles, game
Yeah,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Tell me a little bit about preparing for this season. I know, well, I should say this. A lot of folks don't know that the women that are playing in the WNFC are doing so as volunteers. It's something
Mhm,
that you do out of passion, out of love for the game, and you all have day jobs. And you
mhm,
mentioned before that you have a daughter, and I can only
mhm.
imagine the challenges with preparing for a season, raising a child, and then having a job on top of that. I don't even know what question to ask you because it's not going to be like, how do you balance it all? Because I'm sure it's not a balance. But
No.
what's the schedule like even? Like what kind of time are you having to commit to when you sign up and say, I'm going to play another season with the Ravens?
So it's a lot of commitment. It's with your mentality and being organized, and basically, it's not for the weak. I can say that it is not for the weak. If you have that mindset, the go getter mindset, the mentality, the sport mentality, you can do it. I mean, our practices we have Tuesday and Thursday from 7 to 9:30. Practice on Saturdays and Sundays. So we're out there 4 days out of the week out there. So I have work, I have school, I have my daughter, and I have football. And also, I actually coach sixth grade girls basketball also. So I do that on Wednesday and Friday. So the only free time I have is a Monday. So,
Like, you're out here making me look lazy, Alexis. Thank you. I mean, I do none of this.
hey, it's you gotta go get it. And that's how I've been growing up. Like I never sat down. Like I was always out there doing something. I always been a go getter and just kept moving. Like it's just something I always done.
Yeah, I do think it's like some of us are just like born with that get after it mama mentality. So,
Mhm.
somebody like me might be a little bit more diminished than somebody like you who is willing to put on pads and run through walls. But take me back in time a bit since we're talking about like growing up with that kind of mentality. You said you played
Mhm.
basketball growing up. How good were you?
I played from since I was 5 all the way up into college.
Tell me about
So
that collegiate career. Like, were you? I mean, you're a lot younger than I am, so I wonder if you had those WNBA dreams or you had those athlete
yes.
posters on your wall. Who were you
So
modeling
I
your game after? There was like 4 or 5 questions in one. Alexis, pick whatever one you want to answer.
You're right. So I did grow up wanting to be in the NBA. I had that mindset. I was the girl where she didn't drink, she didn't smoke, she didn't party. It was literally school, go to the gym, workout, basketball. That was literally my life. And it took a turn just when I had my daughter, but I didn't let that when I had my daughter, I didn't let that die me down because I kept going. I kept moving up because I actually was in college when I had her and I was doing basketball in college. So there wasn't nothing that ever stopped me. Like I never let something stop me from what I want to achieve or wanted to do. And so it's just now with basketball, I flipped it and from playing it to coaching it and now I play football, but I didn't have a person I was looking at for the WNBA. I just knew I wanted to be that girl to be out there to do it.
What's your coaching philosophy with such
Yeah.
young girls? Like, what are the kind of things that you're teaching them?
So yeah, right now we're big on, like I said, sisterhood. They all go to different schools, so and they're a travel team. So I we do a lot of team nights to keep that bond together because you have to be a team on the field and off the field. So that's why I started put that in them to like, hey, you should be with this person outside of basketball, not just in basketball, because you guys have to work together once you're on the court. And so it's just basically giving them that mentality of like, hey, you gotta think about basketball. When it's game time, game time. Like think about the game. Be where your feet are. Don't think about dance or nothing else. So I'm just helping them actually be where their feet are because I mean it's sixth graders. So it's just trying to get them there. We're actually did really good. We actually made it to the state championship. So I am
Hey.
happy about that. So it's just basically getting them where their feet are, getting them to know like, hey, the basics again, and not only just leaving basketball at basketball, if they have a goal to achieve it, like I tell them, like, hey, the door is open. It would never close unless you close it. But as soon as that one closed, another one would open. So I leave them with that to like, hey, if you want to go to high school, okay, my job is to get you there to play in high school. If you want to go playing in college, my job is to teach you to get you to go there. So it's just to keep them is basically be where their feet are because the sixth graders, their mind go all over the place, and it's just to get them to lock in to play the sport.
Do they call you Coach Alexis?
Yes,
Like,
yes.
Coach Alexis, make a TikTok with us. And you're like, no, we're running drills right now.
Yeah, so it's hard to keep them focused, but yeah, and they love to hear that I play football. A lot of the girls are now signing up for flag football, which
Oh,
I just love so much. Like one of my players told me the other day, she's like, "Hey, my mom just signed me up for flag," and a lot of our girls came to our We Got Her Back camp that we had. So a lot of my sixth graders came to that and be a part of that, which I love so much. And so now they're looking at saying, "Hey, I want to play football too." And I was like, "Hey, you can go do it. You see, I do it."
I love it.
But
I
yeah.
love it. I've had conversations on this show many times about the need for women to coach girls. It's so
Mhm.
helpful for them to see themselves in the coach. They see the leadership, they see the understanding, they see the goal setting mirrored at somebody that they look like and who have gone
Mhm.
through, puberty and struggles and like,
Yeah.
girls being friends when they're young. It's a tough thing how we are with each
Yeah.
other when we're little, who's cute and stuff. You're like, you need to focus on the game.
Yes.
And it's so important for women to be coaches. I wonder, like, how you decided. Was it something you always thought you would do, or someone called upon you and said you've got those leadership skills?
So I did it when I was younger. I used to be a swim instructor also. So I was I did all the things.
Add
I
to
was
the
just
list.
yeah, so I did the swim instructor, and then I was also coaching at the YMCA, also doing that as volunteer. So I like I said, I always had the passion for the sport. I knew the game, I knew everything for it. And so I was like, I have a daughter that wants to play, put her in it, and I was like, I can coach it also. And one time I took her to the tryouts, and they was like, "Hey, you have that leadership. We just see something. You come to one of our tryouts to help us pick the girls?" And then they was like, at the same time, "Can you be a coach?" And I was like, "A coach?" I was like, "Sure." Why not? I was like, "Okay." And so they came to me and just picked me to do it, and I just stuck with it and fell in love.
See what happens when you say yes. People keep asking you to say yes, but I like that you keep saying yes to everything because, like you
Yeah.
said, it's a skill set that you have, a passion that you have, and a knowledge that you have of the game that's just intimate because you played for so long. Well, tell me a little bit about the Raven fan base. Oh, they've been showing up in record
Mhm.
numbers. Tell me a little
Yes.
bit about what it's like to see them in the stands, following you guys on social. What has that done for you guys as a team?
It's crazy to see like the community have our back like that, and to just come out in the stands to see like even half of our games are sold out. Like our stands are packed. Like during the playoffs last year, it was packed. It was just people everywhere. And it's just crazy because from a little team that is at the bottom of the totem pole, we have a community that stand beside us and behind us 100%, and that's there every game. Even on our travel games, they're in the stands, and I'm like, how did y'all get here? So it's just we have the support that I love, and that's one thing I can say as being in the WNFC, having the sponsors and the support behind you, it means a lot because you have to have somebody that's there that you can look back and say, okay, I'm doing this for a reason. This is why I'm doing it. Or to like even see the little girls at the game and say, hey, this is the reason. This is my why is because of this person.
Oh man, yeah, this is your why. I think what's I don't know if it's a chance, it's an opportunity, I should say. It's an opportunity every generation of
Mhm.
women to be able to say, like, I'm not doing this just for me in this moment, but for the
Mhm.
girls watching. Um,
Mhm.
it's it can be heavy at times because you gotta show up and put the pads on and
Yeah.
run through somebody.
Yeah.
But at the same time, to know that they're so emotionally invested into your success, I would imagine that that helps you on the field to
Mhm.
hear so many cheering fans.
Yeah, especially even like on games like when we lose, we still have the fans that come down and cheers on. They want our autographs. They want to take pictures with us. So it's still a good thing to have them there because like even win or lose, for us to look back to see the fans and the support, it just feels good at the end of the day. Because I know a lot of teams and a lot of people don't have that. It just feels different once you have that support from
Once
someone.
you have I can't imagine people coming out of the stands and wanting my autograph.
Yeah.
That sounds insane to me. Like, are you pinching yourself? Like, this is so wild?
Right. Yeah, it's very shocking. Like last year when I was a rookie and people was like, "Hey, they want you to sign." I'm like, "Sign their helmet?" It's like, "Yeah, in the jersey." And I was like, "Me?" I'm like, "I'm a rookie." Like, okay, I was signed, but now I see it goes a long way. It goes a long way. Once you do that signature, you get recognized even just walking in the store, people know you, and people say, "Hey, you play football for this team and this and that." And it's like, yeah. And then people ask like, "Hey, when's the next game? When is the next practice? Can we come see? Can my kid be a volunteer?" And that's something that we like to see and hear. So it doesn't always matter about winning or losing. It's about the support and the community that you have behind you.
It's so incredible. I know you guys, your fan base won Fan of the Year last year, and being
Hmm.
recognized in the store. Like I said, I can't imagine. I would be freaking out at the same time. But that's incredible. You had an incredible rookie season. I understand, like you said, now that you got the SAG title, you're not letting that go without a fight.
Yeah, yeah, it's not going nowhere. Like it's not. I've been telling people, I'm like, hey, I know last year I was a rookie, but just think about I was a rookie last year and didn't know what I was getting myself into. Now with this year having the training and the people behind me, it's just over for you guys.
You don't want to see her, y'all. You don't want to see her. I like to spend the last few minutes of every conversation kind of asking the same four questions. And we
Mhm.
talked about your journey playing sports growing up, being swimming and basketball and football. But I wonder for you if there's a particular sports memory from your younger, I should say, younger
Mhm.
Alexis growing up, a first sports memory, either playing or watching that you remember every now and then. And like that was the thing that kind of got you hungry to get in the game.
Mhm. I would say when I played in middle school back in Michigan, I played we was in a state championship and we was down a lot. A lot. And it was crazy because like we went to halftime and coach came in there and he just ripped it in us and we all looked at each other like he was like figure it out. I'm not gonna say nothing, figure it out. And he left out the locker room and we just all looked at each other and we locked in and was like, hey, this is the state championship. We have to do something. And it clicked. And I just went out there and it was just, we ended up winning. It was just like, I don't know if it was something he said or if because we locked in and looked at each other. But that's something that I always remember, especially with football, when we go back in the locker room, like if we're down or even if we're up, I just think about that moment when coach comes in and say, hey, this is you guys got to get it. Like I don't, we can't. He can't go out there and do it for us. We have to do it for ourselves. And I just lock in like, hey, if I want this, get it together and go back out there and do it. So,
That's so wild. The next question I usually ask is, "What's a movie, a sports movie that you quote often or that you like?" But even that story sounds like a movie that should be made right now. You're down by
mhm.
50 at halftime. Middle school girls for the state championship.
Yes, yes, yes. But my movie, which people think is crazy, my favorite movie that I always go back to is Love and Basketball.
Oh,
That,
people think you're crazy. That's like a classic.
yeah, that is my movie because with her messing up, she didn't make the team, and then the captain got out, and then they had to get her to go back in and play, and then it was just her making the team, and then she didn't make the starting five, and then everything she had to go through to make the starting five. So it was like that is something I always love to think about because last year me being a rookie, I'm like, okay, I didn't start out as the starting five, but then when I got in, I had to prove to them and became the starting five.
Yeah, you gotta stay ready. Don't get ready. When your number's called to
Yeah,
go in the game, you gotta be ready to step up. Love and basketball
yeah,
is all about that.
yeah.
Love it. Well, I did notice, when I talked about you earlier on, I called you Alexis the Queen Greer. I wonder
Mhm.
about who is in your Queen's Court. I usually have an opportunity or create an opportunity for my guests to kind of shout out a couple of people who've helped them throughout their professional journey or their sports journey. Are there any people that you can look back and say, like, I'm here because of this person? I had the support of that coach and I want to show
Mhm.
them love right now.
I wouldn't say a coach, but I can say one person that I have always stuck in my corner, pushed me to do everything is my aunt. Like my aunt, she's been my ride or die. She's been there. Even though like she'd be like, "You sure you want to do that?" I'm like, "Yeah." She'd be like, "Okay, you go do it." I would say her. She never gave up on me like I gave up on myself a million times. She always pushed me. She always say, "Hey, you can do it. I believe in you." And so I would say my aunt. Like she is my biggest fan. Would be
Aw.
her. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Well, I am super excited for you. I am expecting great things in
Thank
this new
you.
season for you and the Ravens. I got to get up there and watch you guys in person. I want to be with the crowd. I'm going to walk around
Yes.
in the grocery store behind you going like, do you know who this is?
No, we're gonna
Expect
get you. You can be on the sideline with us. We can have you down there. You
Thank
can
you. You're
witness
gonna
everything.
meet me in person. You're like, oh my God, she's like 2 feet tall. I'm gonna do my best. Thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for joining me on the show. Like I said, congratulations on all that you've achieved and good luck in the new season.
Thank you for the opportunity for having me.
And thank you again for watching this on YouTube, listening on Spotify, following along on Instagram and Blue Sky. Until next time.